Buongiorno, it's Nathan from AustraliaWow.com.au and also nathanhaig.com, Personal Trainers Unite, pretty much anywhere you can think of, actually. I'm across everywhere. So, hey, welcome. This is the hangout that I've just decided to do on a Sunday morning. And I'm just going to talk about some marketing type stuff with you. All right. Now, it's early on Sunday morning, to be fair. So I might kick off and I might get on with your, say, Facebook advertising, right? So we'll just go through a couple of things and it should be of genuine use to you. So Facebook advertising, everyone does their Facebook advertising. Most people bugger it up, though, to be fair. They might try it and it might not work for them and then they write it off, right? So here's a couple of things that you need to bear in mind, right? With your adverts, make sure that you're using retargeting or remarketing. All right, retargeting pixels are awesome. And a retargeting pixel, if you go into your Facebook ads, into the ad manager, on the left hand side, you can see where it says, I think it's like targeting or something. Actually, let me have a look now because I always forget to. Just waffling at this point. I told you it was a test one. Let's go into my adverts manager on the left hand side. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to click. Onto the adverts manager, wait for it to actually load up because Hangouts are just shit when they kick the arse out of the computer. And we have conversion tracking. You would have thought I'd known that, really, wouldn't you? All right, so the conversion tracking is what you need to click in the ads manager. Now, when you do that, you can actually create a new pixel. And what you want to do is you want to go leads. Okay, so create new pixel, little green button. It says leads. All right, on the drop down box, select that one. And it'll give you this meaningless piece of code. All right, and what you want to do is take that piece of code. And if you're adept at WordPress, what you want to do is copy that. And you want to put that into the header section of your theme, in your WordPress theme. Most themes will let you do that. If it doesn't, probably just give it to your webmaster, to be honest. Probably be the easiest thing. So that tracking pixel, what does it actually do? Well, the tracking pixel is very, very cool, right? And what it allows you to do is run your Facebook advert like you were going to do, no problem. But you have this tracking pixel that then records all of their details once they visit your page, right, on your blog post or your main website, whatever it might be, right? So that tracking pixel records all the details back in Facebook. Now, what that means is you have another advert that's ready to go that will only be seen by people that have visited your website, all right? Because that's what fires the pixel. We call it firing the pixel, okay? So the remarketing or retargeting allows you to better target, all right, to people that have already expressed an interest in your product or service, right? So they've come in from the first advert, they've landed into your landing page, the pixel has fired, they haven't converted and they go back into Facebook. They're like, yeah, no, it's not for me. And then there's another advert from you waiting for them, right? You probably have seen this in action so many times yourself. Yeah, so you know, when you go and look at a website and it's scary, creepy that they're kind of following you thereafter, right? So that's how it is. Retargeting is in action. Now you can do that also with YouTube. Now YouTube is very, very cool with remarketing. So if you connect your, I've got bacon cooking in the background. It's awesome, right? So that's why I'm going to do a quick hangout and then eat bacon. Awesome. So you can do this with YouTube, right? So something that most people don't know is that you can actually connect your Google AdWords account with your YouTube account. All right. And then what you can do is actually set up a remarketing list, which is all based around the actions that they took on your YouTube channel. It could be whether they've just visited your channel. It could be whether they've watched a specific video. That's always a good one. It could be whether they've +1'd or shared or commented. You get the idea, right? So when you have that remarketing list in YouTube based around the action of them actually watching a particular video, that means you can actually run then YouTube adverts to those people that have watched that particular advert. All right. Now, YouTube adverts are just like, they're just gangster. They're just awesome because no one understands them. They all think that you need this like really expensive Super Bowl budget to create a video. You don't. You just need a green screen, all right, a decent camera, a decent microphone, and you just record a 40-second advert. It really is that simple. There's no drama on that one. So YouTube advertising, it really does work. It requires you to be a little bit like savvy in terms of being interesting in front of the camera. So it's a bit different from your Facebook advert where you kind of sling up a picture and off you go, right? So YouTube advertising really does work. Give me 1 second, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this link actually out on Twitter just to see if we get some more viewers this way. So give me a second and I will do that, and then we'll talk about Twitter advertising, which is always good. So let me do this now. Let me just put this link onto my Facebook. I'm going to do that now. Doing a live hangout. Ask me anything on internet marketing. I swear to God, when you use Hangouts, they just grind the computer to a halt. Absolutely. Just awful, awful technology. Fucking useless, to be quite honest. Happening now. I'm going to take that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put that also on Twitter, just because I can. All right, let's whack it on there. Twitter advertising is so misunderstood by people. It's just ridiculous. So if you can dominate Twitter advertising as a personal trainer or a fitness instructor, I'll tell you how to do that in a minute as well. So I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to go Nate. Live now. Nate doing a live. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's get back to my Hangout. All right, where are we going? All right, so Twitter advertising. Now, Twitter advertising is it's ridiculously underrated. So here's how you do Twitter advertising, right? Oh, I don't really use Twitter, Nath. I don't really care about it. Well, you might not, but your clients potentially are. So what you might want to do. Oh, we've got someone online. I'm excited. Who's that? Hello. You've actually joined me live, and we can actually see you live on the Hangout on Air. Hello.
Cool.
Always good. All right. So I'm just talking about Twitter advertising, so I'll carry on down that. When I finish with that, you can jump in with your questions if you like, mate. No dramas. All right. So with your Twitter advertising, what you want to do is you want to get across Twitter lead generation cards, right? Now, lead generation cards are free to set up. You can set as many of those up as you want. They look like regular tweets, no big deal about that, but underneath the bonnet, they're actually connected to your CRM. So that could be Aweber, it could be MailChimp, it could be HubSpot, Infusionsoft, whatever you want, right? And what it means is that it works on desktop or mobile. It looks like a regular tweet, and it says something appealing. You could have a picture on there, and it could basically say, listen, free boot camp if you click here in the London area, whatever it might be. So what they'll do, they go, oh, that sounds interesting. So they'll tap it, it'll come up, and it will say, click here for the free coupon, something along those lines. And they go, yeah, that sounds reasonable, I want to do that. So they'll tap a second time, and then they'll access your landing page, wherever that might be, right? So, and then they'll get access to the coupon or whatever it might be. Happy days. Meanwhile, on that second tap that they did, there's no typing. And on the second tap, it actually takes all of their details, right, and Twitter gives it directly into your HubSpot, MailChimp, etc. Happens frictionless. So just by tapping twice with no typing, you've got their details, which you can then add to your marketing autoresponder emails, right? So they've got access to like your landing page. You've got access to all of their details automatically. That's how you do Twitter advertising. The last piece of that puzzle, right, is that you're a bit smarter about it because you can create those lead generation cards for free. If you go to ads.twitter.com, punch in your credit card details, not that you're going to be billed for it, but then that opens up like all the different hidden options which only appear when you put your credit card in. And then if you go to creatives and you create a lead generation card, you can see all of what I'm banging on about in there, right? So you create the lead generation card, happy days, and then what you do, this is the ninja stuff. This is the shit that I like. I make 6 figures a month from this stuff, like on Twitter alone, forget Facebook. All right, so what you want to do is use a piece of software called socialbro.com. That's right, Social Bro. Stupid fucking name, really cool product, right? So what you want to do is get yourself on Social Bro. I think it's about $40 a month. And what you want to do is take your competitor's Twitter account, or perhaps you want to attack weight loss, female fat loss. So you might want to take the Twitter account of one of the personal trainers, right? Hello, Charlotte Ord, if you're watching. Love you. And what you want to do is you want to take her name, punch it into Social Bro, and then run it through Social Bro and let it analyze the accounts. All right? Oh, we got somebody else. This is pretty exciting. Hello, how are you? So exciting that he can't talk. All right?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Mate, you can ask me.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself. 1 sec.
All right. But you're a great guy, and you don't have to mute yourself.
Awesome.
All right, so in Social Bro, there's a couple of different things you need to do, right? So you've imported, say, Charlotte Ord's 50,000 followers, right, for example, or maybe Herbalife's followers. See where I'm going with this. So wherever your target niche are going to be hanging out and following, that's where you actually put those account details into Social Bro. First thing you do is you basically run the little slider and it says, look, get rid of all the people that haven't tweeted in 15 days. Just get rid of them. So from 50,000 people, potentially it'll probably go down by half, to be fair, right? So that means all of the people that these people have purchased, because you can buy followers in Twitter for $5, gets rid of all of those. So you're left with real people. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you select only the people out of the remaining people that have a custom avatar, right? They've been bothered to actually change their picture in Twitter because, again, they're more engaged real people, so do that. And then the final one, and your results will vary on this one, but your results will be based around the gender. So if you wanted to say, look, I've got this Twitter card, right, and I want to show it to just birds, well, then you would select the gender being chicks, or birds, or women, or whatever the term du jour is. So when you do that, though, your results will vary because Twitter doesn't need any of your personal details to set up an account, right? So if you've chosen to actually select your gender, then that's great, but I'm telling you that, say, from 3,000 people, if I select just the birds, that will go down to about 500 people, right? Which is genius because then what you do is you export out those remaining followers using Social Bro, put them into a Twitter custom audience, and then run a lead generation card to them. Hello. So it's ridiculously targeted. You found actual real people that are actually using Twitter that are following Charlotte Ord that are birds that will be interested in weight loss. So that's how you build up that very quickly. And you might pay like $1, maybe like $1.50 per lead, you know, but like really, who gives a shit, right? So for those people that have tried Facebook, all right, I say still keep using Facebook because that'll be probably 80–85% of your traffic. There's no getting around that, okay? But with the Twitter, what I personally find, again, doing the 6 figures a month from just Twitter, is that more minted people, right, actually use Twitter, right? So my target demographic usually is like executive blokes or like geeky startups, right? And all of us guys use Twitter. So try it, okay, using the information that I just gave you and see how your results will be. That's what I've got on Twitter for you. Right, says ask me anything. Who wants to go first? No rush.
I think we're all just flabbergasted at the moment.
That's all right. Well, I'll move on. Like one of the things that people don't understand is with LinkedIn advertising, right? So with LinkedIn advertising, what you can actually do is you can find all of the people. So get yourself a premium account with LinkedIn, right? Start off with the free one just to give it a try. But what you want to do is take all of your connections in LinkedIn, okay? Export them out because you can do that. LinkedIn gives you the tools. If you have a look at my YouTube/Australia Wow, you can actually see some videos on exactly how to do this. So you basically export all the details out from LinkedIn, whack them into Twitter and Facebook custom audiences, and then run ads to them. And then usually 3 days later, if it's a big ticket item, if it's like a $10,000 coaching course or it's a $1,000 like training package that you've got, then what you do is you just flood them with advertising for 3 days, and then you actually pick up the phone, all right, because they're business people, and give them an old school phone call. Hello, Dave. It's Nathan Haig from Australia Wow. And the conversation usually goes, Nathan Haig. Oh, Nathan. Oh, hi. Yeah, I've seen your adverts everywhere. Really? Oh, imagine that. All right, and then just close them on the phone, right? So that's how you do LinkedIn advertising. Don't worry about advertising actually on LinkedIn because it's shit, right? For personal trainers, like it's not a good proposition. So just don't do it. But use LinkedIn to export your contacts out and then run ads to them mercilessly. That will work. So there's a LinkedIn tip. All this shit, $1,000 a day US I charge for. So you guys have got it for free on this Hangout. It's kind of cool. I thought I'd just resurrect the Hangouts because I used to like do them all the time and I used to love them. So, but my time is always a bit against me these days. So now on the right hand side, I think you guys, because you're on the Hangout, if you look on the right hand side, this is another top tip. You'll see, I think at the top right, you'll see my YouTube channel, right? Is that right? Yep.
Yeah.
And then you can actually see, I'm going to bring these into play, you can see my Google Plus profile. Okay, so just wait there. So I'm going to tap twice. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. And tell me what now appears on the right-hand side of your screen.
Absolutely bugger all.
Yeah, it takes a couple of seconds, right? Just like Hangouts can take up to 30 seconds. Have a look on the right-hand side now.
Yeah.
Yep. So you should say, the Get 100 Clients in 30 Days, and you should see how to advertise on YouTube for free, the guide, correct?
I want to say yes, but no.
Awesome. You're using the Hangout app. So on the right, are you on a desktop or a mobile?
No, just on the mobile one.
Yeah, you won't see it on a mobile. That's just one of the things that's just like really shit about like Hangouts. So those people, and you preempt this. So on the right-hand side, this way. This way, who the fuck knows? But on this side, if you're actually looking on a desktop, what you'll see is what they call the Showcase app, right? And it only works, right, for desktop. But what it is, you can actually set up your own QVC shopping TV channel style feed, right? So on the right-hand side now, I've tapped twice, and you can actually see like all of my details. So I can have like my products and my services pages ready to go. So at the conversation point where I say, and now, for example, ladies and gents, if you want to sign up now to my 14-day nutrition Kickstarter course, it should be on your screens. So during your Hangout on air, you've got all these birds just going, yeah, that sounds reasonable. Yeah, and it's a time-sensitive offer because that is only seen by the people that are using desktop as you're actually doing the Hangout. Okay. So, yeah, and it's a kind of a QVC feed, so it actually scrolls down right, as you're talking, and you actually bring these things into play. They'll actually see it on the on the right-hand side. It's very, very cool. So, yeah, that's another thing, and that's called the Showcase plugin. That's kind of cool. So we've covered Twitter, we've covered LinkedIn, we've covered Hangouts on air. So I think we'll probably cover one more topic. If you guys have got anything you want to ask me on marketing stuff, because I've got pikelets and I've got bacon, so you guys can't compare with that. I'm not going to lie, right?
No, we're good. I think we're just taking it in.
Soak that in, no problems. So I think what else have we got? Oh, I got a couple of viewers that are watching, so that's all good. Hello. Let me have a look on. Let's have a look on PTU chat. Let's see what people are writing. Or nothing. I have no idea. It's Sunday morning after all. Let's do a search for PTU chat on the old Twitteroo and check this shit out. I tend to find that most personal trainers, right, advertising really just appeals to other personal trainers. That's one of my big takeaway points. I've said that countless times before. But if you're trying to talk to Margie, the fat secretary, the last thing she wants to see is like, you know, this amazing body, you know, of like some skinny bird with a box thigh gap thing, right? Just, you know, laughing heartily and just, you know, loving life. She's like, well, I fucking hate life and I'm fat and you suck, all right? So, yeah, you're not talking to me.
You're just rubbing it in her face. Yeah.
Exactly, all right? So, you know, what you do
have a
with
donut.
most people. Yeah, here, have a donut there, all right? You know, what's your pre-shake and post-shake, you know, what's your post-workout snack? Oh, well, it's a fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, clearly, okay, we've got some work to do there, all right? Let's have a look. We'll just do hashtag PTU chat. Let's just see if anyone's actually, like, done anything on there. I don't expect it, but we'll give it a go. Blah, 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 blah. We'll go all tweets, and we'll have a look. Oh, yep. Yeah, okie dokie. Well, that's always exciting. All right, so I got someone that's asking about the Facebook timing of the adverts. So with your Facebook timing of your adverts, right, people just go, oh, I'm going to create an advert, and that's it. One advert, fuck it. It's going to go out to everybody. Probably not the best way of doing it. Nah, it's gay. Don't do that.
It's it's a waste of time.
You need to niche it all the way down, all right? So my advice for like my Facebook adverts, whenever I do them, I try not to these days, but anyway, what you want to do is if you've got a boot camp or a gym or a studio or whatever, make sure that you do a maximum of like the surrounding, 3 suburbs. People ain't going to be driving that much to come and see precious old you, right? So when you're setting up your location, just set it up for your particular suburb. This is obviously not for online training, that's open slather. But if you're trying to get bums on seats, make sure that you set your location for like just yours, right? And then say plus 5 miles, right? Whenever I do mine, I always actually select just my suburb here in Australia. And that's it. Like it will come up with the option. It says usually the default is like plus 25 miles. Forget that. Just use the little drop down and just say just my suburb, and that's it. And then I'll actually specifically put around maximum of 2 other suburbs. So where I am at the moment is Croydon. So I'll select Croydon. I'll put Burwood and Ashfield in there. Right, and that means, and basically, as the crow flies, right, I'm only like appealing to, I think it's about 68 or 88,000 people here. All right, make sure that you put obviously the gender in there, all the usual suspects. All right, but here's the thing that I do. Right, I often have 2 versions of my advert. Right, and they're on timers. So for argument's sake, if I was going to do a boot camp, right, or I was trying to get bums on seats for my personal training business, I would guilt them the night before. Okay, so I wouldn't do it at the weekends because it's just pointless. But what I would do is I'd say, something along the lines of, oi, you fatty, are you going to be running to work tomorrow with a smile on your face, or are you going to be taking a bus? Along those lines, right? Not probably those words, but you get the idea. All right, so the key word there is tomorrow. And I'd run that advert from, say, 8 p.m. through to about 1 a.m. All right, and then I'd create another version of the same advert, and I'll be something along the lines of, oi, you fatty, are you running to work this morning? You get the idea, right? So keyword being this evening, okay, and, today, and, the previous one for the previous night. So what you're doing is before they go to sleep at night, they're seeing your advert, guilt shaming them into, they're like, oh shit, I was going to do that thing tomorrow as well. Yeah, all right. So they're seeing that before they go to bed, steaming on it, and then in the morning when they reach for their Facebook and kick it open, well, guess what? There's my ugly mug as well, telling them, oi, you'll fail at life if you're not coming this morning to my boot camp. Oh, yeah, you're right, I am failing at life. So put them on timers, all right, and then run them on specific hours, because that's far more like productive than just going, well, 24/7. No one's going to be watching your advert that's going to pay for it when they're at work at 10:30 in the morning, right? So don't run it. Make sure that it's actually run on timers to their specific days, all right? So that's what you can do. So actually set the start date of the campaign, the end date of the campaign. I personally do it for impressions. I just want that advert to be seen by as many people as I want. I don't give a shit, me personally, about clicking my website. Most people will, but that's the thing with Facebook, you've got to try it. I would rather my picture, if I had a picture that adhered to the 20% rule, I'd rather a really cool picture, all right, and have my link in there, right, in the copy, all right, and then just do that for impressions, all right? So don't let Facebook do anything more than just push that advert in front of millions of eyes, right, in my local 3 suburbs. That's how I would do it. Whenever Facebook suggests the price as well, always raise that price. I always enter in that you're willing to pay an extra $1 more than what it suggests. That reason is because obviously when somebody else is, going again, because it's an auction, happens in the blink of an eye. If you've got, say, 500 personal trainers in Sydney, that'll be an understatement. But let's say 500, all like, hey, come to my boot camp, right? Then if you're willing to pay $1 more than them for the click, all right, Facebook will go, well, all these 499 losers were going to just go, well, they were trying to bid on the minimum, but this guy here gets it, and he was willing to pay $1 extra. You won't pay the extra $1, but you'll always go up against them and like win. All right, so your advert will always be shown over other people that just go, oh, I'll just go on the cheap seats version. Don't do that. Go to the more expensive. You'll never be charged that much, but you'll always win the auction, so your advert will always show. All right. That's probably about it. I have like about 5% battery left. And I've got a Mac, and I've got pancakes and bacon, fellas. So yeah, you're not competing with that. All right. So if there's any other questions, fire away, because now would be the time to ask them, because otherwise I'm going to hang up and eat pancakes.
Eat pancakes, enjoy.
That's going to happen. All right, fellas. Well, look, thanks for turning up. I hope you got something out of it, and I will now end this. So with the Hangout on air, when you end the call, right, that means that it's ended for a live broadcast, but it means we all sort of like get to talk. So I'm going to end the call. Right. See you later.